The Jackal is compelled to admit that was an awesome display of violence. Action-packed sequence, evoking terror in the heart of the evildoers. But Stone Cold must be commended for ultimately allowing the park predators to live, because, I mean, they were bullies, and they were cowardly to threaten the maternal one and her offspring. And, I mean, to compound their crimes, they lied when they said that Fair Samantha was behind it all. Right? There's no way that Samantha's guilty. She has to. I mean, you saw it. I mean, you saw those guys. You could tell that they were guilty even when they were denying it, so it would only make sense that they would lay false blame on your ex-beloved. The DA of Darkness has to be behind this. I mean, yes, of course, he would send out his winged monkeys to do his evil doing and then tell them to lay blame falsely on Samantha should they get caught. It's so typical for the DA to frame Samantha. Like last year with Darth Alcazar's flash drive, she's as innocent now as she was then. And she would never, ever terrorize the maternal one or her offspring.
She already did. Spinelli, she didn't know what kind of person Maureen was. She didn't care. Anything could have happened to Jake.
Okay, my most humble point is this. Those actions are nothing like this. Nothing like hiring two men to scare Elizabeth and her offspring in the park. I mean, that required nefarious thinking and plotting, okay? I mean, and it was deliberately malicious.
That's right, it was.
Right. Well, I mean, it would have been malicious had the evildoers meant to do harm, but if Samantha did hire them, if she did, then, you know, she just wanted to appear heroic, you know, and save the day. I mean, granted, not a good choice, not a real sane choice, but doesn't it just show that she needs professional help, not punishment? Look, I mean, the evil ones have fled in terror, okay? Can we just stop chasing this and call it past tense?
You know, I'm not really surprised that you turned into a gangster. You were always a dangerous, moody punk. But for Adela's sake, I'm not going to report this to the local police. But don't you ever do it again.
Who the hell was that?
Rick's father, Kate's boyfriend.
I'm not getting drunk. It would be a good time, I'll tell you that.
Okay, I'm just trying to catch up here.
Right.
Okay, the guy who just walked out here, you're telling me is Rick's father?
It gets worse.
And he's Kate's boyfriend?
Yes. Guess who he's representing? Anthony Zacchara.
You're sure about that?
I got a call from Max a couple hours ago that Anthony Zacchara's attorney was visiting Kate at the Metro Court.
How did Max say?
Because Stan has a database of people who work with other organizations. When Trevor checked in to the Metro, it, sent up a red flag. So I went over there to warn Kate, and she just kept saying, Trevor this, Trevor that. I'm like, Trevor Lance. It hit me like somebody with a brick. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, if you're right, and Trevor Lansing is representing Anthony Zacchara, you know that...
What?
That could mean that he's trying to expand his business.
I understand that, but he says he came to town for Kate Howard, and he was all the time mentioning that it was his girlfriend, la la la, and then he starts bringing up my mother.
Okay, why now? Why now? I understand that Kate is in trouble, but it's a simple traffic violation. If Trevor wanted to take care of that, he'd pick up the phone, he would take care of it. And I don't believe for 1 minute that he's here to see his son. This has got to be about Zacchara.
It's both. Trevor hates me, he wants to mess with my head, and he's looking for a weakness. The personal stuff is secondary. He's looking and trying to find where we are most vulnerable, because he is the advanced man for a takeover. I mean, it makes sense that Zacchara would want to move into Port Charles, especially now that we got rid of Alcazar. I mean, we did have to work for him.
How much do you know about Zacchara?
Okay, I'm telling you right now. If we fight, it's going to get ugly. And Trevor Lansing is his lawyer, if you know what I'm saying.
Are you okay with...
Well, I mean, I hadn't seen Trevor since I was 6 years old. He's sitting, or you're sitting just staring right at me. And it's not so much that, it's a nightmare from the past. It's that he's the front man for the worst enemy I've ever faced. And he's sleeping with somebody that I care about.
Did Kate admit that?
No, she didn't admit it, but I know they are. I know it shouldn't matter. I knew Kate 20 years ago. She comes into my life. She lives next door to me. And who am I to say who she should sleep with?
I guess the question is, can you keep it separate?
It's not separate. Trevor is tied to me now, okay? With Rick, with Kate, and I know that Zacchara knew that. That's why he picked him. No, to answer your question, I am close to this, maybe too close to this. I just need your objective opinion.
All right, first of all, Zacchara is the real problem. Mm-hmm. Beyond that, I can't be objective. Rick has hurt almost everyone I care about. Now you're telling me that his father is just like him? I mean, how do we deal with someone like that? What do? We wait for them to make a move? Do we kill them before they make that move? Where's the line? When do we cross the line?
We figure out what the downside is. What innocents could get hurt? Who stands to lose? And then you protect your own.
We need to talk.